Our region's business is sponsored by PNC for the achiever in you. Our region's business, improving our economy, creating jobs, and strengthening communities. Innovation, collaboration, transformation, and the people making it happen. Join us as we take a closer look at our region's business. Now, here's your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on our region's business, Eds and Meds may have powered our region's comeback from the steel bust a generation ago. But the Brookings Institution says we may still not be making the most of the opportunity. We'll find out what it's going to take to fully unlock our region's innovation economy. But first, UPMC is doing its part by unveiling a $2 billion plan to build 3 new specialty hospitals in a bid to become what it calls the Amazon of healthcare. Dr. Steve Shapiro is Chief Medical and Scientific Officer for UPMC, and welcome. Good to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
So how about this? This is a big bid by UPMC to do what exactly?
Well, it's to build specialty hospitals, but what it really is about is an expression of the revolutions in translational science and bringing a new way to care for patients, powered by digital health and really new types of therapies. So this is, with our partnership with the University of Pittsburgh and UPMC, just bringing tomorrow's medicine to Pittsburgh today.
Well, and UPMC has been expanding globally and obviously across Pennsylvania, but you haven't had a whole lot of activity in the city itself, in the city of Pittsburgh, and at least these new 3 specialty hospitals are really focused on the city.
That's a good point. We have expanded, and we really do want to bring care to the community. First and foremost, we want to bring high quality, low cost, affordable care and pushing care out of the hospitals. But patients do get sick, and we really want to give them the best care possible.
Well, it sounds like really a marriage between not just sort of the clinical care that you're delivering through the hospitals, but really new research, new breakthroughs, and kind of bringing it all together. What are the 3 hospitals going to do?
One will be at the UPMC Mercy Vision and Rehabilitation Institute at UPMC Mercy, and we've recruited Dr. José Alain Sahel from Paris, who is the world leader in ophthalmology research, and our goal is nothing short of trying to restore vision, and through optic nerve regeneration, gene therapy, and these are programs that we are building today.
And that's next to the current eye operation there at Mercy. And then you're doing also organ transplantation. That's like Back to the Future, right?
Presbyterian, the new Presbyterian Tower will be a heart and a transplant specialty hospital within the hospital. And then Hillman Cancer Center at Shadyside, we will really build a new tower at UPMC Shadyside. Okay, so more capacity there. I mean, transplantation, when I came to Pittsburgh 35 years ago, Pittsburgh was the place in the world to go for organ transplantation. Does that opportunity exist anymore to be that important to it worldwide? Well, as you point out, Tom Starzl and others pioneered transplantation here, trained many surgeons, and now it's done throughout the country fairly well. We think there's an opportunity with the new science to even take transplantation to a new level. For example, we're doing living donor liver transplants pretty routinely. It's the largest in the country. Not too many people have a living donor program, but we'd like to take it a step further to bring the donor who gives the liver, we would also like to take they're called dendritic cells, but super immune cells that will then go into the recipient, and by the time you put the liver in, it tells the host, this is one of us. It's a self, it's not foreign, don't reject it, and therefore we hope that the patient won't even need anti-suppression drugs. On the cancer side, similar opportunities for our region? Yeah? Just as we're trying to disarm the immune system not to reject the organ for transplantation, for cancer, we're now at a point where we can engineer the immune cells to make them attack the cancer much better. So instead of drugs, we'll now be engineering one's own immune cells and putting them into the patient to kill the tumor. So immunotherapy is what it's called, and these are really revolutionary new ways of taking care of patients. We've had some remarkable results, as have others with immunotherapy. Last item was, I know at the big announcement, a lot was made of the relationship with Microsoft and the digitization and this whole idea of technology, which I guess ties into this Amazon idea. How's that going to work, and why is that so important to all of this? Well, we do think that computational science, the digitization of healthcare is critical. Outside of the hospital, we anticipate patients are going to get their health care mostly through their phone. They're not even going to want to. We should be able to deliver the care where the patient wants and do a lot more. In the hospital itself, we're still working through what this looks like. There'll be a lot of screens. If a doctor or somebody walks in a room, their badge will set off who that person is, what they want. We're working through a lot of that. We've got some projects with Microsoft now that will also really aid in the communication. For example, when doctors talk to patients, they're often looking at their computer and instead of the patient. And now we have these bots from Microsoft that are just allowing the doctor to talk to the patient, and hopefully we will teach it through artificial intelligence and natural language processing to translate that conversation into a medical note that concisely goes into the medical record. Those are the types of things that we think will really improve the doctor-patient relationship and make life a lot easier for the physicians who, right now, technology is a burden, not aiding them.
Well, I would think you got to depend on them to scribble down some illegible note and enter into the system, and doctors don't have time for that. So only a few seconds, but how fast is this going to move? When do you break ground? What
We're already have the plans, working on breaking ground fairly soon with Mercy, Shady Sides next, and maybe within a year or so, and then the big one at Presby.
Wow, exciting stuff. Dr. Steve Shapiro from UPMC, thanks so much. Really appreciate the update.
Thank you. It's a pleasure, Ben.
Next up, capturing the next economy and what it's going to take to make sure it happens right here in our region. Stay with us.